This man said he was gonna try to sell us some more apartments. And he said I had part-time love, but he had full-time. Oh, my God. Somebody say, well, y'all coming at one time, but ain't time. Yeah. Everybody saying, y'all moving up. But it's like, you know, don't be out here blushing. Grown folks in the building. All right. We're gonna keep this thing going. So how to earn this list so that we can move expeditiously. Because sometimes it takes a little bit of time for people to get all the way around. I'm gonna tell y'all who's on deck, and I'm gonna tell y'all who's coming up next. And if I say that you're on deck, make your way a little bit over to this section. There's some empty seats over here in the front. You can fill those in that way. You know you're coming up and you can be close enough. Is that all right? Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Up next to the mic, can y'all put your hands together? Nope, I did it wrong. My bad, my bad, my bad. Let me tell you how it's wrong. So on deck, we got Jesse, a woman poet, and Salt. Up next to the mic, put your hands together. Make some noise for Jessica. Jessica, hey, hey, hey. My name is Jessica. I'm a spoken word artist all the way from New York. I've got a poetry book called $10 and got copies like that. It's $3. So I'm gonna read this poem. It's called Temple. I'm over the bullshit. Over the news, innocent lives killed on live, millions viewed a dispute, spewed into murder, just trying to view the corrupt workers carry fear throughout the city, rip apart families without feeling guilty. It must be pretty embarrassing having to face yourself in the mirror, hiding behind masks and unmarked cars to zoom quiver when we told that. I bet y'all family don't even like you like that. Explains the need to feed your ego, sitting high and door Castillo spread hate, racism, and evil go against your own people. How can you look yourself in the eyes and still claim to be Latino? Cause I know you know someone close to you that also came here illegal. Matter of fact, right now, where's Ricky? Yeah, I said, you're chasing the American dream. My family came from Ecuador, Guatemala, with papers, but that's when we were safe from our jobs, from our cars, from our homes, from our church, from the streets, from the stores, from the schools, and the courts. They just want to keep us grounded. Chains to follow, chains of command, and keep us surrounded in terror. Can't even be bothered to send us in prayers. Now, who's going to be the bearer of bad news? Sorry, mommy's not coming. Just no, she tried running, but it's no use when these Napoleon complex boys are gunning to pull the trigger. I hope when you go to sleep at night, all you picture are the people who fucking with you. I mean, what did old boy do to persuade you to suck his dick? And no, don't censor any of this shit. We can scroll past the president and think the shoe don't fit. They're ramping us up like we're some cattle too afraid to fight the battle. So we protest in peace, not looking to riot. And they shoot first, claim self-defense, and y'all buy it. You catch them outside and they'll just deny it. But tell me, when was it okay to shoot someone in the face for being non-compliant? When? Fucking lying. I hope your ears always ring a family screaming and crying. I hope someone spots and records you every time that you're driving. I hope your identity gets leaked. Now we know where you're residing and the tables are turned. Now you're the one hiding the fucking pussy. Yes, I do. Woo! God straight out on YouTube and you got to turn on me from the stronger than my being. And I'm just leave y'all with this last message. We the darkest of days and the hardest of rain. Always remember that you are stronger than your pain. Thank y'all so much for listening. Not thanks for knowing, we thank for knowing. That was fun today, rubbing that necessary peace after the last 2 weeks that we have had. Somebody just take a deep breath. It's been a lot now. See, I'm trying to go one more time, but I told it. All right, one day we got a Golden Poet song and we got beauty. But right now, coming up to the stage, can y'all put y'all hands together to make some noise for Jesse? I walked too fast and getting in the hole. How you guys doing? Great. Feels weird once a bit. Okay. I'm gonna switch it up and do a love song. It's called She Wolf. I saw this skin you shed float by in the breeze. It was before I met you, but I see it set you free. Before the spring, I took mine way down to the teeth. When we're together, then you breathe. Is there skin under your teeth? Are you like me? The nerves run through your feet. Are you a quantum insignificance or do you howl at the moon? Do you believe in your own equivalence or do you howl at the moon? Are you a bumblebee or do you feel like honey on a squid? Do you know how to are? Your birthday steps. What song you gonna play for your funeral? I want to sing it to you now so you can hear it. Yes, we go. Gente fala assim, what things are you made of? What things do you see? Did you see the fire in the cave for what it was? Did you walk out free? Yeah. Would you like to spend a bunch of time with me writing backstories for the faces of the people that you see in between the sidewalk cracks and in between the leaves of trees? Do you see me? The end out there. Are you Ethan? Actually, a kiss from you. Going through the other one, there the other part, I would shut up looking more. Don't get going on, going those go. Still out for some more. Era Sigolo. Gente fala só de PT. Tudo bem. What else about? Yeah, I mean, that's it. When it rains, do you relax or do you sometimes go out in it? When something matters to you greatly, do you struggle to begin it or do you dive right in? Is it before or after breakfast that you sharpen up your teeth and claws? I will be the wild tempest to help you open up your jaws. And then I'll lay down and then go keep all that I'm sleep on. Your silhouette sprang out of me, bearing the chocolate light, and forcefully it's proud and free. Our sky ran out of the night, only sunshine, rain, and seeds, and now I can back my need to thank the kings and queens and all their subjects for continuing to breathe so I can feel your loving subject. Just like the running of the creek, the start has always been. What comes next? Laid in a tomb, got dressed, climbed out, sprayed with the fumes, but didn't die out. Underneath the room, we both know how to cry out. Yes, we go on. Je n'ai pas besoin de pétrir, de venir, or us to go. Yeah, everybody. All right now. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Just like to get the ladies on our land. Don't ready for that. Make some noise, y'all. Make some noise. Get nothing. All right. I told y'all next week I was going to pull coming up. One day we got soul, we got beauty, and we got elite. So make sure y'all can carry them there. But right now, this next is coming up to the mic. I've seen her all over the DMV. Such a powerful wordsmith. Can y'all put y'all hands together and make some noise for a glowing poet? No shame, no tea. A lot of y'all men have no business episode. God is only for God, the strength and passion to the second destiny and person. Yet neither this quote or text back does not indicate that your life is communicating. It shows that you like patience. To the ones who get tired of being kind when they see I'm not changing my mind, like I couldn't tell your whole mission was to be between my thighs. Imagine me bringing a Bible on the people around. Like you really trying to put a woman with a weird embrace of black. You like the idea of a woman walking with God, but you lack self control. I can smell the Western dog holes and shit. Got y'all been a girl bold. I can always tell what I mean is an impression to a woman of my color. What would the other people does impress me? I'm attracted to animals. Like my worst is 5 times. Like a woman like me is easy to come by. Like I would bear that reverse and entire generation approaching me like I'm not a God's investigations. Like I don't care the way to be late every day. Just because I do it gracefully doesn't mean I'm going to allow you to take up space. And a rush to get to know me just to be confirmed with me, a lot of y'all just leave you away. The strategy is to go different on their game. Don't own a Bible and looking for a woman that's down there. Don't pray. Is upset when a woman doesn't do anything to play. Unhappy with your art life, but expect me to give you the time of day. Priorities in the disarray will always come with space. Y'all and wife who don't even know what God needs is in the book of life. Y'all may be a lady exhausted, a man, a leader with no destination, but there's no flex to it down. Yeah. I wish y'all chase after God the way y'all chase after space. Y'all consult with him first before y'all start to pray. Lying to the discrepancies, I'm not interested in myself. Let me be clear. This isn't a bid to all men. So if you're offended, there's an opportunity to heal. Deal with your peace and stop legal innocent women. Stop disturbing us. You have no right to be within. And I mean, I get it. Don't like what y'all see. But 9 times out of 10, what y'all wouldn't know what to do. But it's a point. I like these skating like the right thing that just doesn't mean that. Yeah. I had no plans to slow down for a man who can't keep up with me, which means you gotta be in shape. I'm talking medicine, emotionally, spiritually. If you find these average and do this, I'm talking dirt. Yeah. I would hate you waste your time getting with me. Just to think of quick when you think my home is composed with experience. I'm not a bride for the trauma of going to. I did not States fix the whole with your parents did, but I desire more than jobs for offering my requirements ain't up to guard that we ask about. It's real strict around here. Not now. I hope that I'm based myself safe. So lady, it's not in same proximity of connection. She doesn't expect perfection, just a genuine soul that's already in position to receive a blessing that only God did. It's a food that's not time. Y'all talk it up in one side for going, all right, y'all energy is getting low again, so can we do a energy check real quick? When I count to 3, I need y'all to talk this out. Y'all can't make some noise. All right, so let me get some poetry out of here one more time so y'all can make sure. One, the energy you give is the what? The energy you give is the what? So, to be clear, poets do like you to respond back to them. Of course, we don't want you talking through our entire poem to your friend, but we do like you to respond back to us. So let me give y'all just some physical things that y'all can do if y'all are confused. So the first thing you can do if a poet is saying something that you feel you like, you connect with, you can give some snaps. Let me see how this. Tonight, y'all are rich and famous. You ain't got to save for your light bill or nothing. It ain't tricking if you got it. You could literally make it rain and snap. Let me see how this. When the poet is saying something that you understand, you feel, you connect with, you can snap. You ain't got to wait for your man for none of that. I love it when my ladies reach up in the air and grab nothing and be like, yes. Can I see y'all snatch it? Yes. Poet loves the good. Yes. You can give them a massage to like bobble head, period. Period. You see y'all, period. Yes, yes. You could clock the T, as the young girl said, they clock the T, clock the T. We like that. If you're in tune with the hip hop culture and you know what a bar is, and you hear a bar, out loud, bars. Somebody say bars. And if you didn't do your hand like a real rapper, you did it wrong. Somebody yell out bars and do it like that. Yes, these are the things that we would like to see during the poem. Okay. All right, don't let me down, y'all. Y'all got it. Everybody got it. I got it. All right, so look, on deck we got Beauty is on deck. We got Elite on deck. We got Maya on deck. But right now, coming up to the mic, can y'all put y'all hands together for Snow?
Hi, everyone. Awesome sauce. I am Sauce. If y'all want to follow me, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Samos Rose. That's SAMOJWLZ. And I got some good shit. I have been a victim. This scheme has been motivated for a while now. I would think after time had passed, a solution can be an answer to my problem. I have been a victim of dating apps.
Oh,
My time has been criminally stolen, wasted, and treated with no worth. This thing, often defined as flings, have made more battlegrounds of cyclical patterns that seem more solid than a ring. When all I want is what the ring means. And I don't think apps are a bad thing. It may be people under my control. You see the face, the eyes, read the lives, and will always fight life as Gucci Daddy shorts barely covered in thighs. But after the first day, I aborted. Because all it seems is they want me and TLC, but end up leaving this tenderoni tender list, of course. I've set my filters to my preference. But on BLK, men do this too, and I don't need no white man justifying my protection because he's white, but because it's the right thing to do. Meeting men after we've chatted sounds like bumble, buzzing about how they're gonna taste my honey. As a queen, it's normal when the bees swarm to me so sweetly, but like I'm some kind of dummy. It's funny. Mingling as a Christian seems contradictory. I express my dedication to honor my celibacy, though some men try to pry and find the dignity. Don't get me wrong, the feeling me. Right. But can you imagine what it's like if I can be feeling you mentally? Hey. But I know with men, it's hard to earn your vulnerability and trust. And I am stamped as imperfection since I have relations with lust. This day and age, the progression of a solid relationship are playing. I want to be unhinged, but my spirit keeps me in line with what I've prayed. Why I'm saying my flawed walk with his perfect word is the path I'm taking. Amen. Dates where we can face books and match lips will always come here with a face lift. But these dating apps are tiring when the same waves lead me on the same drift. Or maybe I just have to stand on my morals, integrity, and discipline on who I fuck with. Yeah.
how many people ain't gonna have been a victim of the rape practice? You might be inside the representation. Shit, I like never now, but I'm ready to tell my story. Yeah, you just rather be single. It's so exhausting. And it's like a magnet for like socially awkward people. Like you like single, and then you real. I'm like, okay. You are weird. You are absolutely weird. That's why. That is why you are fine and weird. Fine and weird. You know, I know most of them at home. All right. Okay, so for that we have rhymes, we got golden, we got the hood poet. Right now, coming up to the mic, can y'all make some noise for beauty? Beauty. Beauty. Talk about I see. I like y'all. Okay. I can shoot on three. One, two, three. I am Beauty. If y'all like the y'all here, y'all can follow me at the Beauty. Beauty with three eyes. Shout out to Juan. Shout out to Kayla. Since you are here, I want to thank you because you gave me inspiration to write for my sisterhood. My sisterhood, my pregnancy baby. So I want to thank you for that. So it feels only right to do this in your person. Um, so if you got your sister here that got you through some trauma, then you need to say, hey, this man. That's strength in the sisterhood. Yeah. Purpose train. This that's the only way to watching my six. She'll smack the first bitch that act like she came out of the But sister, don't hesitate to fight the lie. She'll sit in a room with you while you huffing, breathing, staring at the darkness of that window line, trapped in your mental life. That system beating once in life like, hey, there's a devil trying to block those shots. I'm to my sister, that don't mind in some reassurance when fear, doubt, anxiety was trying to remain current. You thinking why not you shoot? Yeah, now bitch, why can't you? To the support sisters, root for your sisters, whisper your name and opportunity, type sisters, hey sister, soul sister, better get that gold sister, to my Lord sister, spiritual sister that's always speaking God into you. That one-time friend, that friend that don't need no loyalty test, because I know everybody ain't your partner. Everybody ain't your friend. She says she got me, then I know she got me. We ain't sitting on. Girl was not with you last night, text ago. Girl, I had a dream watch last night, text about to know something. She started as a boy. He was wrapped in white. Someone who was clutching him tight. That's just God speaking through my sister, telling me that my son is blessed. Yeah. He gonna be all right. My sisters are like some ants. Then out there me to help out some people. They not no crabs. Yeah. Stuff in a bucket place. Truth. Facts. Period. I got a golden sis. Thank you for her being a friend type sis. One of them my seating sisters. One of them sisters that will walk through a burning building behind the sisters. Yeah. Can I see your 33 burning sister so I can learn from your sister? I call them God's outcomes. Yeah. Because I listen to him. Then, I'm gonna make you hear that one of my one fixing souls. The one fixing soul. We're gonna hear no one no next soul. We're gonna put in the crying that whole saying that black people can't get along basically. I live that perfect time for a commercial. So, the poem that she made reference to is a poem of mine called The Art of Sisterhood, which turned into a worldwide tour that I do with every summer. It just kicked off. It's gonna be right here in Baltimore on 7/25. It goes to Chicago, it goes to DC, it goes to Phoenix, Arizona, Philly, and a bunch of other places. It's a color coordinated day party and brunch celebrating long-standing friendship amongst women. And what's so cool about it is every friend group gets their own exclusive color to come in. So nobody else comes in that color. And they, when all the colors get together in the room, it's such a beautiful community. So if y'all are interested in the art sisterhood, the sisterhood event, if y'all look on my Instagram page right now, there's so many advertisements for it. That's Amy Love the Poet. Make some noise for the sisterhood, y'all. All right. So on that we got Miles, I'm Golden, the Hood Poet Universe. But right now, coming up to the stage, we got Aline. Make some noise. Aline, come on, beautiful. Y'all can find that she get up there. Come on. Hello. All right. Hello. So my name is Aline. You said my name perfectly. It's a little confusing because it's really good on paper, like phonetically sound. Perfect. Yeah. I got it. I got to read. So I'll be moving along. It's actually untitled. I did it for a women's wellness event. Um, and I do poetry for events because of the rigorous poetry. All right. When I'm feeling low, sometimes I wonder, how can I possibly get out of it? Yeah. Escape a feeling so intense, my soul is paralyzed by constant test. Exhaustion paints me best as the moment survival consumes all of the black folks' worry. Somehow I find it easier to call my team to get up all of me. But the problem is, getting some got me feeling more poor than my growth of seeing alone in the secrets and tower. But not if it's self-medicating. So I find myself unconsciously hunting for new ways. Hunting for new ways, and I find myself sipping on Patron, not just for my girls, but most times alone, curling from the corner facing by the side. Or maybe that's not the story. Maybe it's celebrating everyone's wins, going above and beyond for all but self. Realizing I'm way too quick to give the shirt off my back before thinking, how will I keep going? What good is that? Now I'm naked in the cold, still pouring from an empty dry cup like a bad one. This one. Or it could be I'm a people pleaser. And no does not exist within my vocabulary, even with that not in my throat, I still say yes. Not because I'm fine as well, but because I'm curious. I'm trying to protect myself. Let's not forget, I hate to shake my nose. I hate my fat belly. I hate my flattened arms. Why can't my body go like this and not this? So no, I don't eat over food. Or it's you always want to talk about it. Forget about it. Get over it. Constantly ignoring not so small shit and pretending situations don't exist of avoidance. The moral of what I'm trying to say is neglecting pain runs the risk of nursing itself in toxic ways. Now, this is where love comes into play. Practice mindfulness is what they say, because that's what creates life inside and begins to heal those wounds to try on. Let's talk about the importance of writing in that notepad and taking that walk, or the slow mornings used to reset and go back before bed. Don't let your beauty go in vain, sis. Show off who God made, even if it's in the littlest ways. Look and feel good is the truth we often forget. Now I challenge you all to open up your arms, open up your arms, and love yourself. And say, I love me. But next time, don't just say it. Do it. Do it every day. Touch my soul. spreading that love. We love that. All right, y'all. We almost time to intermission. We got a few more poets to tell me what's in the mission. On today, I got Roland, the Hood Poet Universe, Raj. I think it's Raj. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm not coming correctly. But right now, coming up to the stage, can y'all put y'all hands together for Miles? Miles. Okay, great. Okay, great. Y'all make fun of mine.
Y'all go book. The Styles by Smith on Instagram. Hello, y'all. My name is Bob. And no, I'm not straight man. But, you can go follow me on Instagram at my smoke Morales underscore. That is my smoke Morales. I don't know about y'all, but I have anxiety. We got many Insta people in the building. So our police tonight told me that's just my home. So if you want to talk about me dying. You good, man? My body is so tense. Anxiety hits me like a truck at 100 miles per hour. Overstimulation in the driver's seat. The mirrors fog so much sensory overload. I can't see my triggers, box breathing. It's too close to hyperventilating, to drowning, to leaving the east breath. Maybe my last. I am now a deer in headlights. They say that when you become stagnant, you die. And there I stand still, as if the high beams were my angels, as if all my old prayers finally get answered. But no, this is not the right answer. No, I'm not about to meet my maker, but sometimes I pray that today is the day because I have died so many times. I played my role as Buck, been caught in the back roads, begging to be hit. See, before anxiety hits me, I say another prayer, pleading that the pickup makes it fast this time. That I no longer suffocate on my suffering, which I mistake for oxygen. Luckily, my training never forgets me. Thank God for muscle memory. My maker made Miles militant, put an emergency override in my heart, pushing anxiety off the road and says, breathe, my son. Tells me to move. Whispers, I'm not finished with you yet. See, I've been stagnant. I've been died so many times, but I have a creator that makes me last worse. Puts the air in my lungs. I can't seem to find it. Recently, I've been trying to let go and let God. But I keep forgetting that I'm the co-creator, that I too hold these powers that I made in your image. So the next time that anxiety decides it's time to hit the road, I follow in my father's footsteps. I tell the Grim Reaper that I'm no easy kill, as he gonna have to earn this one, and I breathe. I breathe like the air was curated just for me, and I breathe. Because being present is the best gift that we got in our life. Laugh how I love, loud. Loud enough for my enemies to hear me. Loud enough that the jitters get replaced with joy. Till the tension turns to triumph. Then I move. I move out the way for myself. I move like I got this body for the first time. They say abundance is the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. So I breathe, I move, I laugh, and I do. Like abundance is my birthright. Like anxiety is no match for me. Like this body is mine, because it is. Mine.
Okay. Okay. Good, y'all. All right, listen. We got the hood poet on deck. We got Universe. We got Raj. We got Cam. Is it Catherine? Catherine. We got Catherine on deck. But coming up to the stage right now, can y'all put y'all hands together for I am going?
I heard dating apps. I have not been on dating apps at all, but I do know what it means to be awkward. Mr. Awkward.
Yeah.
On the other side, up and downs.
Oh, so funny.
You make me constipated. Struggling. Like everything I ever wanted to say should be coming out right now and home skirts, simply something, anything besides not at all, but instead it's just talk. Like no amount of fevers from tapping to a playful grip on counter pocket change the thing. Loud as the voice of my head screaming, urging, pushing for some smooth as liquid or solid words to come out, the sound of fury signify nothing. And I'm left weary, we did. We beat. No one will be a reckoning, but wishing that it didn't have to be. Wishing this were easier, wishing I was sooner, wishing I got all this out the first time. See, to the average guy, you are not merely or merely the average woman. You are a guy value that doesn't exponentially. You are Aphrodite, Calypso, the Valkyrie, Lamia, Isis, Anansi, Ishtar, Diana. Yeah. All of us get a package around the side of race of intelligence. More work for Howard than less it told is only up in the well, so don't blame the AD for consistency. On his best day, God maybe let's talk to her. See, she can smile with lightly when getting out of line, but she can curse silence, sighs, laughter, and the ever so subtle fuck off. So even if he's speaking himself or alone, we still have a prayer of Saint Hail Mary, Martha, and Gary, Amara, Danielle, Serena, or any of the other unnamed angels walk amongst us today and attempt to anticipate in love. So God produce that to you, our trusting love to be late. Walking, setting, leading with their head for the problems that in the culture all thinking. Maybe they are treating little courage, maybe they got some game, but even if they go all in, they're blood. Trusting people others that only carry their your own house. Old brings the very minimum to play, but you can go with three for kind extra. One, you are the most beautiful thing in God's perfect information. Out of 6 days of creation, things 5 to make a world worthy of creation, one to form a creation worth resting for. So on the eve of the 7th day, having nothing here to perfection, we saw that you were good, discontinued. 2, you are by far the most beautiful thing in God's earth foundation. As a matter of fact, the mirror of this creation that you bear the cross and hold the keys to the first 9 to 10 months of every future generation. You are sacred, sanctified through birth, and by birth you are powerful. And 3, as if 1 and 2 were not enough, you're swimming. And there is no analogy to that kind of magic. It's just metamorphic. Like we do it and all, or you do it, and all of a sudden we are 2 months old again. Language fails, motor skills from the talent, and it's all we do is smile back without truly or emo or swag, articulating ourselves, or remembering 101 donations worth of gibberish like Tip Dan would say, fools aren't born in Congo. Pretty girls make them in their spare time. Maybe. Constantly. But this is my either way you say long enough to get this far, this is one that I am hoping to actually sing about me. Oh, that's my wife. So she well, from the average guy to the woman goddess, maybe we could be
See, I don't know what I want to get. Nobody thought people that beautiful was going on like that. Another one. And he did that. Y'all make some noise. Listen. All right. Next up, we got another phone coming. But after that, on that, we got universe. Raj, Catherine, Shalita speaks. But right now, can y'all put y'all hands together for the Hood Poet?
I have doing Baltimore. I'm Ohio. I just moved here this week. My name is. The piece I'm doing is very strong. The piece is called Draco Mania. It's a term that they used to die once the slaves when they were going away. They were catching the demons to be in a manic state. They would kill them until the other slaves would die because they were crazy. It was a stereotype to keep the slaves in. Generational trauma still plays into today. My blood runs at both ends of the whip. One side flows to this other side of the skin. But between two stools, which one am I sitting here? Gotta get water for time to sitting here. See what y'all listen to when he's asking. I'm a psychology major and overpriced education. But now I understand the correlation between oppression and uneducated generation from the to this nation. Their claim to this land is based a genocidal origination on the backs of slaves and recreate. If they knew what I was saying, they probably trying to silence me from my statements. And never respects me with some grace. And I damn I'm taking me to one of my niggas, man. It's no truth for that. I don't want to do your stress. They gonna have to lock me up and sentence me to death or do me like they do the rest of systematic meat on my neck. I took my ass to go test fine. Grandma told me we're events. See y'all know me and over y'all. I'm not here to make it comfortable. I'm here to make it thinkable. There's a recent options from when I was a kid. I grew up where a lot of violence is. A robbery took place and replaced them sleeping in. My step-pops took everything and never suspected him. Strength to hear him. Dark past, bad moves I made. A true man I am, I claim. Two girls, one house that raised me. And a young single father that's open bars. I remember the dog with the one take up. I'm the first to my brother from bottom. I'm the God like stressing me. Look at what the blessing of the law has blessed me. The ability to speak articulate and eloquent. My niggas to be rapping can tell me it's heaven's sleep. Sometimes I hear my raps and they go with the devil did. Over impressionable with this precious kid. I never went to precious gifts, but I knew I wasn't precious kid. I'm always having a precious kids, but I'm always in the mix. I bought a zip and busted out the mix that I was moving ready something beat. Something gets people. Every time I go away, I have to my marriages. When it gets around, you can be good sharing. It's worse than every stage, and nobody was sharing. Yeah, I had a couple kids, but all the ones told to share with me. And the I started walking into the panic. See my nigga died because a teen. I thought his mom exhausted. I remember when I heard the news and being there in Boston, he tried to settle a dispute across the spinning phone. Thinking hard after the bullets that I mean called. I put the bottle down on was driving my apartment, working on myself as suicidal thoughts to party. When the faith and living fear run the die regardless, I made a conscious to my life. So I always been on. Inshallah, like my name is H-O-O-D-P-O-E.
Welcome to the Lessons on Board. All right, so look, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. I told y'all the intermission was the corner, so we're actually gonna cut to the intermission, but Universe, Raj, Catherine, and Shalika Speaks, y'all will be right after the intermission. Right now, though, we're gonna take a beat and we're gonna call up the founder of this platform. Clap it up one time, just put that those clap it up, clap it up. I said this earlier, I'll say it again, I'm always appreciative when another artist decides to create a platform for artists. The experience that you have in those spaces are always different when somebody that does what you do is the ones running the space. So we really, really appreciate that. This is the largest poetry platforms across the world. It has been instrumental in giving visibility to a lot of poets that definitely need visibility for the message. If you think about the things that we are seeing on the internet, Lord, that we are seeing on the internet on a daily basis, how we are taking in trauma. Yeah. So frequently, it is so refreshing to see poets going viral with something to say. In a lot of cultures, the poets have always been the wise ones. The poet has always been the one to explain what's happening. So the poets need to be seen. And so we are grateful for an opportunity to be seen. Myself being a poet that is on the Bible and the platform many a times. We really, really appreciate it. I'm grateful that you invited me to be a part of the Wine family. I'm happy to be hosting, and I'm happy y'all here in Baltimore. I'm happy to be brought back to Baltimore. Since I'm three hours time in Baltimore. Four times in Baltimore. Also, with no poet, y'all say,
Can you get a little more time for your host? Hey, what the hell? I'd rather get in some hands like those, I'll tell you what. Y'all, thank y'all so much for coming right on now. This is most people we've had in Baltimore before, so get it up for yourself. Is that okay if I read the poem for y'all?
yeah.
The other day, someone said to me, and I quote, bagels are the best. A response poem. Bagels are the best in the same way that the United States is the best. The US is ranked 14th in education, 44th in healthcare efficiency, 23rd in gender equality, 33rd in internet download speed, 17th in happiness, and first in incarceration, wine consumption, plastic surgeons, Christians, and less by violence. Yet we continue to reinforce the narrative that this is the greatest country in the world. I digress. Bagels are not the best. A list of breads I would rather eat than bagels. Dude, Valgari, waffles, tortillas, biscuits, English muffins, regular muffins, rolls, Texas toast, breadsticks, brioche, olive, crepes, croutons, roti, tandoori, donuts, dosa, and dulce, pancakes, pretzels, croissants, baguettes, sourdough, focaccia, ciabatta, pita, banana, zest crackers, regular toast. Bagels are only not the best, they don't rank in my top 32 breads. Meaning there's a National Football League of breads, the bagels wouldn't be in the league. And my friend says to me, Amir, you're doing bagels all wrong. It's all about the smear and the cream cheese. Translation, Amir, bagels are so bad. You need to smother them with something else to make them edible. Here are true facts about bagels. Bagels started in Poland, also known as the most flavorless country in the world. The best way to eat a bagel is to get it fresh from the bakery and then throw it in the trash. Bagels are the only type of bread that are boiled before they are baked, and that sounds like a recipe for how not to make something. The recipes for bagels will want a trade secret, a reminder why some things are best left unsaid. At 10:50 a.m. today, a burnt bagel caused the evacuation of over 300 people at Lambert Airport in St. Louis. It was 11 degrees outside, meaning hell was literally freezing over to prevent someone from eating that bagel. In 2011, over 2,000 people ended up in the emergency room from injuring themselves while trying to cut the bagel. And now, y'all, I believe in divine intervention. Lastly, Bagels are more unhealthy for you than donuts, which means I could have had a donut. And here's my quandary. How does this salty, flavorless donut want to be? Our entire storefront's dedicated to selling just bagels all over America. Maybe it's time to stop handing out so many participation awards at this country. Or maybe it's time to stop being a hater and recognize success has no recipe. That if showing up is half the battle, then you already beat half of your opponents. Bagels are here to make us feel better about ourselves. Bagels aren't the best, but they're successful because they're the best at being themselves, creating a $1.4 billion industry. And if bagels can succeed, so do we. So do we. Thank you. Make some noise, baby. Make some noise if you I found my city ball. Listen, y'all. I need someone to help me to tradition without hearing the voice from Kevin. I want us to build all the industry. Build all the love. Build all the love. I felt nowhere.
I know that about donuts and bagels. I'm definitely going to put donut next time. Yeah. I was doing something in the bagel. The skinny, I was getting a skinny bagel, like, you know. Can we talk about that every public that's touched the microphone? Love you, so, Nina Simone said that a public's responsibility is to reflect the time. Yeah. And we are some interesting time. Woo. Everybody just take a deep breath on that. This month being Black Men's Mental Health Awareness, right? I would appreciate the vulnerability from the brothers coming to light today. I didn't hear what you mean. But when you cut that, for that, when I say I love Black men, there's some ways. Last month, mental health awareness month, and I can say mental health that everybody has really been triggered these last couple of months. And sometimes mental health day when those beginning like the effect. We never think there were those type of issues. I deal with those type of issues. So I need to have to ask people like where how many your stuff really telling me a story. Some people think that's dramatic, but that could have saved somebody. Yeah. In the spirit of vulnerability. I got a beautiful mind. I got a beautiful mind with pretty thoughts, but they turn to pity, votes, and gruesome kinds, and I'll be overthinking like I bruised some mind. I lose some time. Sometimes I'm lost in my mind. Mind won't let me lose sometimes. Too much inside. One time I spent 2 months inside myself. Quiet out. Traits and trauma looking fine to everyone else because who knows how depression is dressed. Yeah. Or the clothes worn by both when anxiety is high fashion, but under exposed when your chest is playing catch with your breasts. Those are thuggish. Don't tell me shit about strength. You don't get labeled a gangster until you survive your own cycle. The harassment in your own head, and you ain't even qualified to talk if you ain't never had to whip the shit out of the phone. Create ideas, become fears, and it's frightening. When being enlightened actually feels like lightning and it's thunder to wonder, but you can't turn it on, and all of your questions are starting to turn it off. Your relationship speaking, you're thinking, constantly suspicious. Suspicion got your attention, suspended in air. I'm a genius extremist. We fight the team of demons, and they keep calling me crazy when no one's there, and I tried to quiet the brain chatter. But I turned down the volume. My mind makes molehills into mountains. When anxiety gets it, my truth gets in it. My optimism gets locked in prison. The prison thing, every situation is bound to be the worst possible outcome. I got a logical apprehensions concerning my health. I suffer with health anxiety. I said I got a logical apprehensions concerning my health. Every cough could be cancer or diabetes. Voices in my head say, look at what happened to grandma and Titi. And the doc says I'm fine. And in my mind, his results are celery because how do I trust the doctor? He only practicing medicine. Am I right? Damn. My head is. And accelerating on fixes. It's hard to tell fiction from facts. But your convictions are text. And so far, I've mastered the art of looking normal. I'm having a chat. But deep down inside, I'm constantly criticizing myself like, damn, Kay, you could have said it better than that. And if I do that with every conversation, y'all can't imagine how many poems I started writing this sprout. Anxiety be lying me. Anxiety be lying me. Denying me. Like, who am I to be great? Convincing me that there's no tragedy that's born. Coming to snatch my happy away. And I gotta worry about it right now. Because when it comes, it'll be too late. Casting spells. Now I can't spell. Turning a warrior into a warrior over my house. But it's like right there in the midst of that dark space. It's like a shift shows up. So lift blows up, and I'm reminded that my triggers work the same way. It all depends on how I choose to use it. So just like that, in the midst of an attack, just when I think I'm gonna lose it, I beat that bitch with a bat like Sky. I said I'm beating that bitch with a bat like Shot-Town shooting. I don't leave in the sense. Laughing at instant chemical tea on his head. Great as his feet was did me running. You can find me in a fast, and when I'm fasting, I get the dressing down. Oh, wicked imagination. Scripture, chanting affirmations. I might have like something fire down. Fear will put this fire out. I know my ancestors hear me crying out. I know my mother over there in Chicago praying. I'm an angel. I got living angels standing guard. I hear my sister Dana saying, baby, you better get your herbs and divine foods. She be like, "Sis, don't you know you God, body, and mind too? And just like that. In the midst of an attack, just when I think I'm gonna die, I kick, I punch, I pray, I climb through, and I win again. That's simply reminding myself how many anxiety attacks already survived. All poems say something story. I hope that encourages somebody. Um, we are getting ready to go inside intermission. It's gonna be a quick intermission when we come back. We got a couple more open mics for you, but y'all, I'm so excited about y'all feature. Y'all for y'all feature for the night. Make some noise. It's my honor and privilege to bring to you this feature. She's so special to me. But we're gonna do an intermission first, get a couple more poets up here, and then y'all can get y'all features coming tonight. So right now, y'all can go and support the bar, y'all can get y'all some food, y'all can bingo. Y'all can even purchase some books over there on my stage when I got my nephew from Arizona. And that's my son right there. He's fine, he's fine. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna see the Bibles in the building. I'm laughing, y'all. International White House is great focus. It's so good at the morning. It's so good at the way you said. I'm better than I need to be. I'm for you every time I try to yeah, I'm chasing these views in the day. What I need is an engine on so I'm asking you know, I try not to go. Talking about you, because you're boy. I just want to get away. Still, I'm next to you. You. I can't see you. Yeah, I just want to feel you. Feel you. I want you. Why? 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 I want you.
I gave you little money, but I need to child. I gave you what you need. I know I'm the guy. Tell me that the yes, yes. Boy, you should know that I've got you on my secret admirer. I've been watching. All right, y'all, you guys are hopping into any. I'm gonna check this. We go right behind me. You see a QR for the open night that happens right here in Mount Amelia. Always about it. Make sure that you tap that check in. That's the big put on by the curator of the space. My homie, my good partner here, wherever he is, make some noise for the man on the spot. Y'all make some noise. He is who you can talk to if you are interested in booking a space. We do events together as well. We have an event that happens every February. So if y'all follow with me, y'all will see more about that. So make sure that y'all tap in with that. I told y'all that One Poetry is a national platform, right? And the next stop is DC. Make some noise. If it's one of us, make some noise. Well, that's like we can't get enough of it, period. So y'all are in for a treat tonight. So tomorrow night is DC, right. Tomorrow night is DC, and y'all have an amazing feature for tomorrow night. And just so happened that feature for tomorrow night is for DC.
is actually in the building here tonight, and so don't forget. I'll be right with you. I'll do a little sample of that, but I want to make sure that the energy is back gathered. All right.
Yeah, I'm from there.
Church announcements. We don't mind if you talk when you hollering back at the police. But make sure that y'all respect the mic and those good quiet conversations you think you're having. They is loud. They is loud. We can hear you. So we want to make sure that we respect the artists when they come up here. But when they get up here, they start doing their thing. Holler back at them so they love their energy. This brother I'm calling up to the mic is going to be your feature in DC tomorrow. If you follow on the Ron Poetry page, you may have seen him. The brother's always going viral. Such a unique style of writing, such a unique delivery. I've been doing poetry for almost 25 years at this point. I've been doing it full time for 22 years, and I've seen a lot of poets. I'm originally from the South Side of Chicago. I don't know what to look about that. I don't even be here for a couple of years, but once a Chicago girl, always a Chicago girl. But I say that to say, I've been a lot of places and heard a lot of poetry. I love when there's fresh faces and there's new energy and there's brother and everyone. And so y'all in for a treat. Can y'all make some noise and clap it up the crowd?
Here. Oh, I'm so excited for y'all features tonight. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. I think she just stepped out, but y'all here, I'm shouting her out. Make sure y'all keep y'all there. Yeah, tomorrow is a sneak peek. I'm doing one song. I'm swearing about right? And I'm giving y'all a sneak peek of tomorrow in DC. This is called Marriage Pressure. Marriage Pressure. Yeah. Come on, man. She said, if you love me, why don't you marry me? I felt so much pressure, force. I said a ring doesn't mean I love you less or more. I've made mistakes in my past. I've learned lessons for. I don't want to end up in a mess, divorce. I just want to be extra sure. She said, but he's been a year. How long is it gonna take? I said, you don't gotta wait. And she began to walk away. I said, hey, babe, that's not what I was trying to say. She said, no, I think I'm seeing it right. I need to just be a girlfriend and stop being the wife. Doing the things without the ring doesn't seem to entice you to buy jewels and not becoming a husband. I'm treating you like. We still argue about the same things we did the day before. You don't want to be married. You just want to say you are. Feel like the clock's ticking with your agent for comparing lives to others like theirs and your ain't yours. She said, "Okay, you think I'm gonna leave? Go on, we're gonna stay stuck." I said, "I hate when you just say stuff. That doesn't change much." Anyone we ever grown up on stuff they would break up. She said, "Well, I'm ready to look at wedding dresses and see what I'll choose to wear. You'll never know the outcome, which is what you truly fear. You need to just trust the process with who's there and just do it scared." I said, "Scared is not the problem. I'll make a decision when I feel like it's time to. If you want it when you want it, you don't want it when I do. And of course I do. You know what? Never mind. If it feels like I'm forcing you, and I don't want it if I have to force you to. I'm the woman. I shouldn't be more than you." And she left. I had the ring inside my dresser. So the message is, ladies, you'll never know when they'll pop the question, and then fellas, the lesson, she's not gonna wait forever. Also, we're gonna
Y'all make some more noise for oh, crazy. All right. So remember we got Ron on that. We got Catherine on that. And we got Mount on that. But I know right now coming up to the mic, I announced it before intermission, but now we just happen right now. To y'all make some noise and put y'all hands together for Unify. Before I do
So I think my days go well. Then I'm saying, there you go. I'm trying to avoid you, but it's like that everywhere. It's fairly up. So I'm like, I'm gonna take the hot road. I can't get stuck at this emotion. See, I need room to move forward, and you're making it hard for me to get burnt on the ball, right? But you don't forget. So he can come on outside, drilling me, get up in your ass and get some rest for this. Day after day, this thing track on me, and look down the harbor from across, you cutting me off fast as shit. I mean, I'll let you pass if this makes sense to break the leg a bit. Not to get all big out of shape, so for this, I hate it. Talking about other better instincts, because they don't have any half of this. The money being drastic, just know that time is precious. And you stay trying to go out of the wrong track. It feels like we're following all the signs to find the passion of this way. I'm just trying to find it. I'm not finding it. On the stop, we get one station up with the accent that you got, it's still like the rest. Is it so far myself? Thank you.
All right, keep that going, y'all. Keep that going. Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, boom. We back to our format. Rob's on deck. No, Rob's next. Catherine is on deck. Shalita Speaks is on deck. Shani is on deck. But right now, we got Raj coming to the mic. Make some noise, everybody. Yeah, yeah.
I dreamed of a neighbor's one that's for my heart, very the desire for. A skin like night, a smile overpowering the bright full moon. I've never heard no voice, but I'm sure that it sounds like a calm breeze. When she enters into my slumbers, of flesh, of woods, I can see the chakra that flows through my body, streams the color of pure gold. Who I am is not worthy of who she is, and who I believe who she wants me to be at the moment. So I must define my existence before I receive her blessings. I must be able to hold up her world with her image, providing the words that hang from her heart like ornaments, decorating her pain, confusing her as if it is something beautiful. I must break her in my love and lost the color of your white. With her, the pieces of me, she will fill me in and out of sight. And though she may contemplate letting me in, dig up every bad food of her eating. Because see, our love is born deep, not meant for any other humans to comprehend. So she is the ocean, and I am the brains and standing away from her clouds and her children. So there's a constellation in my guidance. Yeah, that I seek the muse that has belonged to. I pray that my body is the perfect form. Right. 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 Yeah. And my fingertips caress her in ways that only me and her can be. I wish that the only one that opens her up and plugs her nutty. Keep it like a bracelet reminder that if I ever lost her once upon a time, I did mine. Oh, I love it. Yeah. All right, y'all, we getting closer and closer to picture time. So next up we got Catherine, but on deck we got your little speech shine. I think it's a Kiki flow. I think it's Kiki flow. Okay, so right now the y'all show some love for Catherine. Oh, I love our shoes. I love them. Yes. Hi everyone. So this is a poem that I wrote right after my mother's death.
This is a poem about unrequited love, unexplored love. I don't think a country where it's illegal to be gay. So I had a crush on a young lady, and this is a letter to her after my mother's death. So this is a letter to Isabella. I'm writing this on the wrong side of the I didn't think it comes from school. Sitting in a chair that doesn't belong to me, in a room full of people holding each other up. And for some reason, I don't know why, I don't know what it says about it. My mind went to you, to be 10 years old, to a time where everyone was still here, still alive, and happy, and entirely unaware of what is coming for us. I've been trying to write this letter for years now, which is funny because I was only 10 when I met you, and already I knew that you were the kind of thing that would take a long time to put down on paper. The kind of thing you circle and circle before you can say it straight. I remember you wore your school shirt at first, and your braids were always a little loose on the left side, like someone started doing them and got distracted. And I thought about that constantly. I thought about the video and everyone playing, whether they knew that they were touching the head of someone who was slowly becoming my attire, or whether they had any idea what they were happening. And my mother, I think she always feels because she used to giggle, the small bright giggle that she saved for moments she found unbearably sweet. She'd giggle at my antics when it came to you, at the way I got so serious and strange, and the way I would go quiet in the middle of dinner and she'd say a new like a question. And I'd say nothing and she'd say nothing, and that nothing even as the softest thing. The kind of thing I'd give almost anything to sit inside of just one more time. I didn't have a name for what I felt. I want you to know that. I want that to be clear. I just need that when you were in the room, I became more aware of my own hands. That I started doing things for an audience of one without ever being asked. That I laughed a little too loudly at the things you said, and then hated myself for it quietly. The way you do when you give something away that the person doesn't even notice to get. And here's the I never said out loud. You were kind to me, Madikizela. Not in a special way, not in a way that meant anything more than just ordinary human kindness. But I metabolized it like medicine. I stretched it thin and I made it last for weeks. I told the story of one Tuesday afternoon when you saved me a seat to so many different versions of myself for over so many years that by now I'm not sure what exactly happened or what I just needed to be true. And today, sitting here with all this grief pressing down on my sternum like a stone, the memory of you came in like something I didn't know I needed. Not healing exactly. Nothing is healing today, but a drop of water on a desert that is my chest. That dry, starving place that hasn't known softness in days. And for one small, merciful moment, I was 10 again, and my mother was giggling, and you existed, and she existed, and the world was still so full of the both of you. She was a sight for sore eyes, my mother. I need you to understand what I mean by that. I mean, she was the kind of person that when she walked into a room, something in your body unclenched. Something you didn't know was tight, just let go. The way I held breath finally leaves. I've been holding mine since Thursday, and I keep looking for her in this room and finding only the people who loved her, which is its own kind of comfort and its own kind of cruelty. I keep thinking about America. I know that sounds strange, and I know this is not the moment, but I keep thinking about a version of us that could have existed somewhere else, somewhere with wider skies and different permissions, and a place where I could have held your hand in the middle of a street without it being a declaration of war against everything around us. Where holding your hand was just holding your hand, just two people and their palms, just the ordinary miracle of choosing someone and having the world make room for it. I think about kissing you on a corner somewhere in a city that doesn't know our names, somewhere no one was watching with that particular kind of watching that cost you something. And I think about walking down an aisle towards you or you walking down an aisle towards me. The aisle doesn't matter, the direction doesn't matter, only the arriving matters. Only the part where we end up at the same place at the same time and it means everything. And my mother would have been the most magnificent mother in law. I need you to know that. I need that to be part of this letter. I need that to exist somewhere. She would have fussed over you at the table and pretended not to be fussing. She would have learned exactly how you take your tea and remembered it without being asked. She would have loved you the way she loved all the things that matter to her, which is to say completely, which is to say without condition, which is to say it was like it was her own idea. My sister? She would have needed some time.
Just a moment. Yes. And my sister, she would have taken longer. I wouldn't lie to you about that. She would have needed time to find the language for it, to locate it in herself somewhere, but she would have found it. I know she would have found it because underneath everything, my sister loves me in a stubborn, inarticulate way that eventually finds its way to the surface. And she'd have looked at you one ordinary afternoon and just understood. And after she would have loved you for me, and then slowly, just for you. That's the life I'm grieving today, alongside the one I actually lost. The life in America where my mother is alive and sitting at the head of a table that fits all of us, where she's laughing at something my sister said and you are next to me and my hand is in yours and she catches my eyes across the table and does that thing, that small bright thing, that giggle that she kept for moments she found unbearably mercifully sweet. So this is the letter of Adikizela, late and strange, and written from a funeral I'm not ready to be at, written to you and also to her, written to the life we had and the one we never got to try, written because I needed somewhere to put all of this, the grief and the longing and the what ifs, because you're my first real feeling and she was my first real home, and I'm standing in the ruins of one trying to hold on to the ghost of the other, trying to hold both like water in a cupped hand, knowing some of it will spill and still letting it happen. Oh.
All right, y'all. Keep that going. Keep that love going. All right. So listen. We are getting down to possibly have to cut the list. It all depends on these next few poets that come up. I am just going to say the goal is always to get everybody on the list. And we can do that if when you come up here, one, like I said before, don't do your longest poem. Two, go straight into your poem. If I call your name, come over and be already over here so that we can get you up. And like I said, poets, be respectful of the other poets that are coming behind you. Like I said, we are short on time because we do have to get the feature up. But I'm gonna try my best to get the regular list up here. So next up we got Shalita. But right after Shalita, we are hoping to have Shawnee, Kiki Flo, Miss Latrice, and Hunted and never mind. So if I call your name, please come right over here so that you are right here. Right now, can I make some noise for Shalita Steve? Come on up.
Woo! Shalita Speaks, Instagram, Shalita, Sheleta 11. One more. God, can you see me? Eyes so wide who can see from what wasn't to what is, from eternity to infinity and beyond. Yet I still ponder and wonder, God, do you see me? This small frame twisted from an atom, and out of him became Adam, and from him, I'm Eve. But God, do you see me? So dark and deep, deep as the abyss and dark as a black hole. You say before I was, you were, and where I am, you shall be. Like if I make my bed in hell, God, are you for real? You will be there. And if I make my bed in heaven, a safe haven, a place of elevation, God, you will be there. But how? What? Why? So I still ponder and wonder, God, do you see me? I'm talking about the me who feels so alone, like, hello, is anybody home? Like screams in a cave that echoes for days. God, yes, you, God, Alpha, Omega, Allah, Yahweh, Supreme, the Most High Being, Source. Yeah, I hear you are an undefeatable and the most powerful force. Yeah, yet still I stand here, sit here. I am here wondering, God, do you see me? Oh, and let me not talk about do you hear me? Hear me whisper, hear me figure, hear me now as I stand here, still I ponder
and wonder, God, do you see me? Do you see me through and through? Do you hear me in the quiet and in the noise? Do you know me? Is your mind full of me? I ponder and wonder still as I steal a second of silence. I feel deep in the abyss, black hole of my spirit and soul. And from the beginning, and as I live this life to the ending, there's an undeniable knowing within that hears and sees, and words struggle to express. But it speaks. I see you because I am you. We are one. As I am, so are you. Created in my image and likeness. Good is what you are because good is who I am. It's not blasphemy, you're just a part of me. See you, see me. When I see me, I see you. Love God.
Make some noise, special leaders, please. Come on, y'all, don't get excited over here. Keep that energy going for Shani, Shani, Shani. Yeah.
All right, hey y'all, I'm Shawnee. It's my first time performing, so bear with me a little bit, all right? All right. So this poem I wrote is called Fatherless Child. Here we go. 27 years and where have you been? 14 years and still haven't seen you since. You reach out once a year on some what you doing shit, as if it's only been a few days, but my nigga, it's been over a decade. See this, that bullshit. As if my response isn't always figuring life out without a father, nigga. You. Only real father I ever knew, I lost at 10 years old. God rest his soul. Not my father by blood, but my father through love. I asked God why he take the wrong one. Yeah, I know that sounds fucked up, but I wish I would have lucked up just for once. Instead, as though a bigger plan was constructed to leave me feeling abducted. Kidnapped by dejection and depression, I guess I was always bound for this path of self-destruction. Now I'm stuck navigating through these abandoned fields of hopeless romanticism, loneliness, and affectionless physical connections. Those are the only things you taught me, right? Falling through the darkest pits of this field, you showed me how to only depend on myself when all I ever needed was your care and attentiveness to guide me back up to the light. Through the thick of it all, you taught me to never expect anyone to stay around because you left your youngest child and showed even blood don't be down. How to love what you have while it's here, because as a child, I was the biggest daddy's girl in the world, but now I'm the biggest fatherless girl. Which do you think was harder? Grieving my father who died or grieving another father who's still alive? I have my days where the grief goes away, but I have others where it feels like a gateway. Cause I need a drink, a blunt, whatever escape that'll take the pain away. Some say talk to him before you regret it. Man, fuck all that. This motherfucker still lost his damn self. How can he ever help me be found? 50 years old and he's still a dog in a damn pound. I don't need just another nigga in my life. I need a father in my life. Someone to help bring me back to life. Someone to show me what a real nigga even look like. I found myself so lost at times, I didn't even know how a nigga supposed to treat me right. I've been out here all these years teaching myself that shit, wondering how I keep ending up the only real nigga in every room with every nigga I fuck with. Like, damn, this why so many women yelling niggas ain't shit. A fatherless girl always stuck trying to mend these motherless men, clinging myself to the first display of affection, even when it disappears in the quickest second. But I know it's okay, because at 27, I wake up today with the best father sent straight from heaven. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you, says Peter chapter 5, verse 7. The world brought me tribulations, but he offered me peace. The guidance I thought I'd never receive, I always found through that man in the highest seat. The mustard seed of faith that carried me to newly reconstructed fields, and all that's ahead of me now is beautiful sunflowers and peonies. Those fields is covered with sunshine and ponies. Those old shriveled up fields of misery are now in my distant past now. I no longer rely on a phony apology from a motherless father because I now know that I was never truly a fatherless daughter.
Make some noise. All right, so I got a little bit like a band, y'all.
We're talking about the good news or the bad news first. Bad news. I'm gonna give y'all bad news first. The bad news is after this next poet, we ran out of time, so we won't get to the other people that are on the list. But we are so grateful that you came, so grateful that you signed up. But y'all want the good news? I got two good news. One, your feature is coming up. Make some noise for that. But two, Wine Poetry will be right back here on 9/11, y'all. September the 11th. Clap it up for that. It'll be hosted by E-Baby, and it'll be featuring one of my good sisters, Dr. Rebecca Dupas. Make some noise for that. So you are in for a treat, and it'll be in DC on 9/12, and I will be hosting it. So that is the good news. The good news is you got many more opportunities to rock out with wine poetry. Is that all right, y'all? Y'all cool? Y'all cool? All right, so last open mic before we get to our feature, can y'all put y'all hands together and make some noise for Kiki Flow? Hey, Kiki. You keep on your I'm glad we got Kiki up here.
I got some shit to get off my chest. Is that okay with y'all? Thank y'all. To the man that disturbed my peace, fuck you. Why would you even waste my time? Your stupid ass mind games, manipulation, and betrayal. I'm so hot I could spit fire. To blatantly play in my face and just leave me to deal with the mess? What am I, a clean up woman? You must be tripping. I'm top tier, way better than the rest. My accents is gonna hurt you so deep, more than 6 feet. You're going to mourn. I'll be damned if I weep. I'm building my walls back up. Yeah, you're standing right there with your hammer, waiting to break it back down like my emotions never mattered. That's something that you're good at. Something like destruction, destroying my heart, soul, and mind harder than a concussion. Becoming a stray, all because you wanted to play. You can call me a vigilante. I'll be sure to even the score. You have definitely unlocked the beast in me. You know what? Fuck it. Up my score 9 more. You're gonna wish you could have cloned me. You most certainly can't replace me, recreate me, remake me, can't imitate me, no negotiating. Stop faking. I stopped clapping for you, so no more participating. You see, I'm walking out the door, now you wanna open up. Expecting me to open my arms for you because you hurt like I give a fuck. I made you feel like a king, huh? Doing everything. Catching tears from your trauma, helping you heal. Even when you ask for breaks, giving you grace. Staying up late just to see your face. Accepting every excuse in the book. Looking dumb. Are you dumb? I'm the shit, nigga. I loved you, nigga. You silly nigga. Tricks are for kids, no serial killer. All the days I took to train you, nigga. Showering you with real love when all along your last one was a plan B. King Kong ain't got shit on me. I'm a real vigilante. Home. You can follow me on IG at underscore Kiki Flow. That's underscore KEI Flow. Thank you.
Y'all make some noise for my band, Kiki Flow.
All right, y'all. If y'all enjoyed yourself tonight, make some noise. Woo! Yes. I am so excited about your feature, y'all. I am so excited. So I told y'all I've been doing poetry a very, very long time, and Literally, it started out as small as it could start out, and I've been across the world seeing poets. And what I have grown to appreciate more than just the poetry of poets is the person of the poets, right? The person. It is so disheartening when you meet somebody that you think is dope and they have a terrible personality or a terrible spirit, or you find out that the poetry is good and they are awful. So I am always so refreshed when I meet genuine spirits that do this work, because this really is a form of ministry in a time where a lot of people are running away from the church and other places because they've been condemned and they've been treated badly. Sometimes a poet's poem is the closest to God a lot of people are going to get. Um, and meeting that poet, that poet is a representation of the Most High. And so this sister that is your feature for the night, um, just a beautiful spirit. Just a beautiful spirit above all. But then to add on top of that, a great writer, a great writer. We appreciate great writers. We appreciate diligent writers. Some people say they do this, but they got two poems that they just keep recycling over and over and over again. They done called it their signature piece because they ain't wrote nothing else, because they don't really be writing. But when I say her discipline with writing and continuing to produce and put out good quality poetry with good quality messages is amazing. And so I know that the creator is going to expand her territory. I know that she is going to go bigger and further and all of the things. And I'm just so honored and happy to be able to call her up and celebrate her and sit back like a fan and watch her do her thing, y'all. So y'all are in for a treat. Can y'all put y'all hands together and make crazy noise with your features tonight? Come on, y'all can do better than that. Make some noise.
Hey y'all, my name is Jayla, but I go by Misspoken Poet. Most people don't know this, but my name be an affirmation. For the longest time, my pen only knew paper, but one day, God told me to introduce it to stages, to open my mouth and act like I know who created me. See, this gift ain't my own. I used to only talk in a whisper, but he changed my tone. I used to get bullied with words. Now my choice of weapon be my tongue. So you talk with a different sense of boldness when you know where you from. If I were a metaphor, I'd be the rose that bloomed from concrete. If I were a simile, I'd be like the Japanese pottery kintsugi, because despite all my cracks, I make my brokenness shine beautifully. If I were personification, I'd be the cross that was carried on the back of my savior, heavy and worn out, but still worth saving. If I were alliteration, I'm a lyrical living legacy, a beautiful black testament testifying truth. See, you carry your purpose differently when you realize it was never about you. See, I do this for every single person being held captive by an opinion, been in bondage because of a belief, shackled by what if, waiting for someone else to pay your bill with validation to set you free. What if I told you, if you just opened your mouth, you find the key? How y'all feeling? So, again, I name, let the mic a little bit. Like, okay. Okay, so again, my name is Jayla, but I go by Misspoken Poet. First, I just want to give honor to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be here standing here without him. And secondly, I just want to thank you to Juan for giving me this opportunity. Shout out to Kayla for just being the amazing person that she is. She inspires a lot of my poetry, and she just has helped me so much more than she known throughout my poetry journey. So I like to craft my sets in a way of just letting y'all know, if you don't know who I am, to tell you more about me. So number one, I would say that I am awkward. Last week, I was at Chick-fil-A. I said, thank you. They said, my pleasure, enjoy your food. And I said, you too. Yesterday, I was walking down the aisle at the grocery store and I tripped over my shadow so bad that a store associate went to get a caution sign. My last feature, I apologized to the audience so many times that after the show, someone recommended to me a therapist. One time in college, I was so shocked that my crush said hi to me that I walked straight into a stop sign. To me, conversations feel more like interrogations. Anxiety-filled interviews that I often struggle to find the words for, yet ironically, silence sounds like sirens that drive me insane. See, the rules in my brain I said, never let it get too quiet because that's when it gets too loud. I can't count the amount of times I've been called weird or strange because I didn't adhere to societal expectations. Never the life of the party, but always the wallflower, which does in fact have its perks. See, I observe before I speak, which is why I think writing comes so easy to me. I bleed on stages, not on people. Do you understand how long it took for me to get that God never created me to be anyone's equal? They call it awkward. I call it choreography that only I know the steps to. It's safe to say that I've always been offbeat. I've always had my own rhythm, yet even when I would try to succumb to my surroundings, it never took too long to see that I was a foreigner, and I used to think that was a problem. So one night, Caleb changed my perspective and told me to write a poem, making it my superpower. Not fitting in between the lines doesn't mean you're out of place. It's just proof that you were created to make space, to stretch the margins, to crack the mold, to prove that being awkward is just God's way of making you bold. So hi, my name is Jayla, and I'm a little bit awkward, but for the first time in my life, I'm not ashamed to be. Thank you. Thank you. So as I mentioned like previously, I like to, for you who don't know who I am, I want you to know more about me. So I'm just gonna tell y'all more about my life. So a couple months ago, I was talking to this boy, and instead of just telling y'all more information about it, I'm just gonna get into the poem. It'll tell y'all in the poem. Okay. Boy asked me for my number. Boy texts me. Boy asks to FaceTime. Boy says he feeling me. Boy says can he get to know me, but boy forgets to disclose. He meant between my thighs, so boy lies. Boy feeds me fantasies to try to activate my butterflies, but boy fails to realize they died the moment he opened his lips. Boy asks if he can see me tonight. No date in sight, just lust in his eyes. Boy, see my body as checklist, as assignment. Boy, tried it. Boy must not know who I am. Notice how I never called him man, because boy be no man. Just another nigga hot in his pants. Boy thinks commitment is crazy, but not baby. Boy thinks marriage is far-fetched, but not 18-year contract. The child, boy, thinks it's ride worthwhile. Like, I can't see the generational curses tied to it. Boy says I'm crazy. Boy says good luck finding someone to wait on me. I say and will. Boy thinks it's disrespect going to change how I feel. Like my celibacy is tied to his will instead of God's. Boy be confused. Boy thinks his looks going to get him through. Boy thinks this Jericho. You can march all around my boundaries, but these walls ain't falling down. Boy, boy. Boy ain't never had his reality checked. Boy ain't been told no. Boy got a big ego and I got big standards. So despite how he feel, I'ma keep my pants on and I'ma smile down the aisle one day with my wedding band on it, whether a nigga believes that or not. And I'ma smile down the aisle one day with my wedding band on it, whether a nigga believes that or not. I'ma stand on it because I'm worth the wait. And yeah, I'm 28, but as much as I want the experience, I'm not desperate for it. I want to fall in love, not trip into it by booby traps of sweet talk and butterflies. I've seen the results of those bruises, the wounds of allowing your feelings to control your choosing, and I don't want that. Some call that picky, but I call it standards. And sometimes the higher they are, the longer you have to wait. And that's okay because I mean, why would I want fast food when I know that I deserve soul food to be on my plate? I want love to nourish me, not just satisfy my cravings. And I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't been easy waiting, but why would I sacrifice a garden for an apple? In other words, I've seen the results of allowing temptation or instant gratification get in the way of the blessing that God has for you. And you know, the heart's one of the most fragile gifts that you can give away, and mine is way too valuable to be handing out like free subscriptions. If you don't see my worth, I'm not waiting for you to buy into it. Thank you. Thank you.
I gotta interrupt. I want to interrupt your regularly scheduled program. Can y'all just make some noise one time? Come on, message, girl. So listen, at Wine Poetry, we like to make sure that the features feel all the love, y'all. All the love. Some people do this with their whole heart, y'all. And the way that y'all can let them know that you appreciate their world is tipping the tip bucket, y'all. Feel free, $1, $2, it all adds up. And this is just to say, I really appreciate your words. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing. So we're gonna be passing this around. But then if you don't have physical cash, don't try to hit us with that because you see, you know we got Cash App. Cash App her, y'all. Like I said, $1, $2, whatever it is, it says, hey, Keep going. We appreciate it. I needed your message. Let's make sure that we show her some love as she continues this amazing set. Y'all clap it up one more time for Miss Spoken Poet.
So I'm gonna bring up my friend Also Cloudy Poetry. So as I talked about in my last poem about the experience with the boy, he's gonna give his perspective of what the boys be thinking, and we're gonna go back and forth in the poem. It's a duet poem, so he's gonna come up here. You wanna do it then? Huh? You wanna do the thing? Okay. It can be okay. So we went out to eat.
No, I took her out to eat since everything was free.
Boy, let me teach you a lesson. I'm the gift, so I pay with my time and my presence. You were the one asking 1,000,001 questions, always cutting me off, never letting me talk.
No, I did that because.
See, that's all that he does.
Okay, tell him what's up.
You make a scene thinking mad when I make a movie. You act like it's my fault that you didn't choose me. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Why is listening so confusing?
It's not. I can listen, but I barrage and get in because your sentences are kind of missing. Y'all, she'll say something like, I miss my family back home. I should probably visit. Like, where is home? She's not specific.
See, you talking about me, but let's talk about you and get into that. You were the one being all cute, making me laugh till I brought up my views on marriage and sex. Then you stopped being bubbly. I guess that was making you mad. So the conversation went flat.
First off, some of those aren't true. Second, this is going to be hard to do, but if we're being honest, that date was horrible. You were on your phone the whole time, weren't you? So busy on Instagram checking likes, follows, and hearts, but wouldn't follow your heart to see me really hearting you.
Really hearting me? Boy, hardly. Your eyes only lit up when you thought it was my legs you were going to be parting. And yes, I was on my phone, but not for no validation. I don't need any likes, comments, any niggas' affirmations to know I was divinely created. I actually was calling my Uber because I refused to have my time wasted.
Your time wasted? At least I didn't put you through indecisive torture. The waiter would constantly come by, like, hi, y'all ready to order? And she'd reply, hi, I need more time. I'm not sure. Why don't women ever know what they want to eat? It's annoying.
Well, I'm sorry that we women actually take our time with our choices and don't just jump for the very first thing that comes towards us. But you really want to know what's annoying? Not only the menu, but the dating pool doesn't leave us many options. All y'all care about is getting another body. Men afraid to be a husband, but look at the title, being another baby daddy is an honor. Then there's this 50-50 argument. As if women wrong for wanting a traditional man that provides and pays the bills. As if it ain't job enough to cook, clean, give birth, and take care of your kids.
I mean, 50-50 not a bad thing. Y'all want y'all hair done, bags, rings, but when I'm at work all the time missing everything that's happening, you complain I'm not home enough, and now you sad queen is maddening.
Y'all see what I mean? I couldn't pay him to listen before he speaks. He wouldn't be able to see the bigger picture if it was shown in HD.
It ain't fun. It ain't fun if you ain't careful who you take on a date. Because out of 5, they rate A1 if it ain't a steak on their plate. So if you're looking for mates, sometimes it's just fate, but sometimes it's mistakes. Just keep your head up. What's for you will be right in your face.
As you can see, some conversations aren't even worth being had when you're conversing with someone who has no intentions of trying to understand. The moral of the story is never lower your standards when you know what you want. Never let anyone make you question your worth.
I'm done.
Okay. Thank y'all. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, right now I am a full-time artist. Not by choice, so if your job is hiring, let me know. But I am a full-time artist right now. And while I was working at a warehouse job a couple of months ago before I quit, I wrote this poem called The American Dream. And it went viral on TikTok. It got like 3 million views. And it was just my experience of like my job and how I feel about life right now. So I'm just gonna get into it. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Slavery never left us, it just evolved. Capitalism is now what it's called, got my people brainwashed. I'm talking living and dying by these jobs. Plantations turned corporation. Cotton fields turned into warehouses or office spaces. They selling dreams of financial freedom with the price of your time. Like, I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson, but my baby is turning 5. And I know you said during peak season there's no days off, but how do you expect me to tell my child the jobs don't care about memories? That they'll work you until you're just a memory and post your position opening before your obituary? Tell me what's freedom when rent got you rationing on the first? When your labor makes billions for your company, but your check don't even cover your hurts, tell me. Tell me what's freedom when you can't even afford to walk out that door. Can't afford to quit because debt will come for you just as quick as that whip and massa. Don't care if you got your masters. The only thing you're mastering is the art of the employee. Trained to put the plantation's needs before me. Certified to people please to save my humanity. Trading passions for paychecks, dreams for nightmares, freedom for fake security. Yeah, we all a big happy family until that budget gets tight. So Congress can't make a decision. Now you gotta lean on your community just to feed your kids at night. How I give you 20 years of my life? Miss birthdays, suffer back pains and sleepless nights just to get replaced by someone you paying half the price. Tell me. Tell me I'm not in chains when every time I hear that alarm clock ring, I can feel the dopamine leave my brain. Tell me. Tell me I have control when my freedom lies on the accrual rate of my PTO. 12 years of school being told to dream big just as long as it's not bigger than my cubicle. Tell me. Tell me what my people chasing the weekends like salvation, finding their happiness in hourly occasions, praying Friday come fast just to resurrect from exhaustion, only to die again Monday morning. Is this the American dream, the land of the free? Or are we just the slaves who didn't know they were slaves? I mean, they dress up our chains with benefits, salaries, and fancy names, so it gotta be okay, but why teach about everything else in school except how to be financially free? Why was everything about where to invest your time into instead of where to invest your money? Why was the rule of 72 not a part of the curriculum? Half the people hearing this don't even know what that is, but best believe just as my parents, I'm gonna teach my kids college ain't a golden ticket to freedom. Go after whatever it is you dreaming. I refuse to let this be my life. I'd rather God take me tonight than to live another day shackled to this life. I'ma hold your hand when I say this. Slavery never left us. It just evolved. But it's up to you to take the distorted lenses off. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all. Okay, this next piece is untitled. I'm just gonna get into it. I've never been one to flex, but I've been carrying some heavy weight, so it's only right to show y'all the muscles I've grown going through these tests. Have you ever bench pressed depression with no spotter? Hang clean joy while being told your grandmother has about 3 days left to live by the doctor? You ever power lifted a smile? Performed a poem knowing your best friend's funeral was tomorrow? You ever been told you were nothing and had to deadlift your confidence, had to pull up your belief, asking more prayer to your reps for all the times you couldn't lift the grief off your chest? You ever wanted to scream? Lately, I've only had the strength to exhale through poetry. And maybe that's what faith looks like. To honor your gift even when life tries to take it, to lay in the valley of the shadow of death with your maker, to exercise hope even when you have to fake it and somehow still make it to the microphone. To be a poet is to be a performer, to invite the audience to your house, but only allow them to sit in the living room, to share poems like new outfits while hiding the tag of imposter syndrome you tucked on the inside, to drive on this stage like you got some sense, like you know you got passengers who can't afford for you to crash out despite how much you feel like crashing out. Life hasn't been as beautiful as these poems, as decorated as these metaphors, as perfect as this prose, but I know a God who taught me how to build muscle in my brokenness, who said I never had to bench press my burdens alone, who said lifted the weight off my neck before it turned into my gravestone. So if I stand before y'all strong today, just know that this strength was trained by the great I am. Thank you. Thank y'all. Okay. I just wanted to share that poem because despite everything that me and my family have been through in the last couple of years, one thing that keeps is my rock and my foundation that keeps me going and being able to do this is God. So I just want to encourage anybody in the room that if you're going through anything or if you're fighting a battle, just know that you don't have to go through it alone. If you don't know what that looks like or how to even navigate that, I'm right over there at my merch table later. You can talk to me, whatever it is. Like you don't have to go through your battles alone. So moving on to my last poem. Thank you. A wise man once said, I don't see how you can hate from outside the club. Translation, how can you hate on my art? But if I brought a microphone to your mouth in a room full of opinions, we had nothing but silence. And even when you speak at your highest volume, there's still no volume in your words. Now listen, this ain't a diss, just a very strong suggestion. How about you only give constructive criticism when questioned? I don't do these poems to get everyone's comprehension because to be honest, some things just don't digest in everyone's system. I mean, how can I expect you to handle truth when you're so used to consuming mediocrity? I mean, it'd be utter hypocrisy for me to really believe that these messages that God gives me will be pleasing to everyone's palate. I'm the salt of the earth, so your lack of pleasure to my flavor is valid. I'm a vessel. I'm not here to appease the masses. Poetry to me just ain't something casual. I'm not doing this just to hear some snapping. I want these words to snap you out of the trance this generation has you in. So caught up in TikTok trends, don't even realize your life is TikToking right before your eyes. So railed into IG, can't even see you're not just hooking you, but your Tom. Can't you see the system was built to see your demise, to corrupt our minds? The fastest way for me to go viral was to talk about giving away the treasure between my thighs. But I, when it did fall to 99, even if my poem just touches one soul, I'm fine. If my words make one person feel less alone, I thank God, because there's a reason why he made me this tall. There's a reason why ever since elementary school, people always looked at me odd, why I can never shrink myself to fit in no matter how much I tried, why silence never fit right on my skin. But every time I walk into a room, I can feel the spotlight closing in, not for attention, but assignment. Because standing out ain't a curse, it's alignment. My height be a metaphor that I was never meant to stoop down to be accepted. Anything beneath me, God already rejected it. So to answer your question, no, I will not be changing my content to make you content. This be kingdom business. So I'll never fumble the purpose God has given me to be liked by them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. And also, I have my merch table over there, as I mentioned before. I'm a full-time artist, so anything you give, I appreciate it. Also, if you don't have anything to give, I have a little notebook over there. Some of you already signed it, but just leave an encouraging word to encourage me to go forward with my journey. So I would appreciate that as well. If you don't have anything to give, I completely understand. Thank you to Caleb, shout out to Juan, and thank you to my family and friends who came out to support me. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
See, y'all keep that going for Miss Poet, y'all. My God. Honey, how long have you been doing poetry? 4 years? About to be 4 years, y'all. If she are right there for 4 years, see y'all imagine her in 10 years. Make some noise, y'all. Incredible. 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 Make sure that y'all support her merchandise table in the back. Make sure that y'all follow her on Instagram. Did you say your Instagram again? Say it. Miss Spoken Poet, MISS Spoken Poet. Did y'all enjoy wine tonight? Make some noise. So tomorrow night, Juan is in DC. If you are interested, make sure that you're following Juan Poetry at WAN Poetry on Instagram. If y'all like this vibe, y'all can get the same vibe tomorrow night, whole nother feature. If you didn't get a chance to get on the list here, come on over there tomorrow. You can get an opportunity to spend over there tomorrow. Can y'all clap it up for the DJ? If you are looking for a DJ in the area, outside of the area, DJ Focus is available. Clap it up for this establishment. La Familia Soundstage. Baltimore's premier venue for artists, events, all of those things. Make sure that y'all tap in. Kira, where you at? Are you around here? Kier, nope, don't see him. He ain't around here. He's somewhere around here, but Kier is the man in charge. So make sure y'all holler at him if y'all have any ideas about events. What else? The Artist Sisterhood, all the ladies, if you got a strong sisterhood, and even if you don't, we actually have tables for singles, women that are looking to meet their tribe. That event is happening right here on 7/25. If y'all interested, what else? Any other announcements? Anybody? Anybody will be right back here, 9/11 for Wine Poetry right here in Baltimore. All right, if not, I'm gonna leave y'all to the sounds of the DJ. Make sure that y'all talk to somebody, hug somebody, tell somebody you appreciated their art and their work. And we'll see y'all next time. Travel safely. Be well. I love y'all. Yeah, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.